All right, welcome, race fans. We are here. I'm here with Stewie Cartman for the Teeks versus Mondii semifinal points tournament race. How's it going, Stu?
Doing pretty good. This was definitely a match I was looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, clearly at this point in the competition, we are left with very, very strong points players here. Um, so I think the match is going to be good. Should be exciting. Just waiting for the players to ready up here a little bit, and we will be good to go
Yeah.
momentarily.
Alright. Just gonna get a final confirmation that everyone is ready before we up. Hold on. I just want to make sure there's no surprises, like, because I've had that happen a couple times where like someone will start and we're like, all right,
Yeah, you hate to have to reset, but it looks like we are good. I'm going to drop the flag.
yep, go for it.
All right, and as we are waiting for the sync up here, I know Teeks has been playing very well. However, he is coming off of a long bye-week break here. He was the two
Yeah.
seed coming into brackets, so he has not actually raced in couple of weeks now, whereas Mondii did have the opportunity to uh, to do some running and maybe is a little fresher. So I don't know if that'll impact comfort. I assume Teeks has been practicing in his off time,
Oh,
a
I
little
would think
bit.
so.
You got to assume, um, but we'll see. It'll be interesting to see.
Yes, and sometimes that extended time off could, in the long run, actually hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, if you start doing something else, you're not totally focused on the points tournament. You got other things going on. But looks like we are getting started here. Not quite synced up, but
Yeah, that'll get fixed.
that'll get fixed momentarily.
There we go.
And
Oh,
yeah, here we are. Whoop.
I'm wondering if Teeks started on player two.
Oh no, did he accidentally? He
He
may have
might
had a
have.
misstart.
He
Yeah.
he might have. Yeah.
Well, a small time advantage then,
I
if that is the case.
I actually remember. Oh, that was a crash. Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I
Well,
actually
hopefully he.
remember. I actually remember back in 2018 during the first tournament I was in. I believe I was racing Louis, and I think he accidentally started on player two.
I mean, good to notice that if it happens, but people are saying it
It
definitely
was a
was a
crash.
crash.
Okay.
Okay. Well, good thing to crash in the first level right away than,
Yeah.
10 minutes into the run or something.
Right.
And it looks like,
And I
the
believe they.
2-1 early P speed coming in pretty well for these guys.
Yeah, they both
Probably a
got it.
strat. A strat a lot of people are going to be very consistent with having speed run the game quite a bit.
Yeah, the only problem with 1-2 is if you end if you end 1-1 with the bad subpixel like I have a couple of times, it's just straight up not possible. Like, it will not work.
All right, and we see Mondii taking his time, trying to make sure he gets P speed so he can give himself good
Oh,
attempts, but he did not get it.
that's two for
Teeks,
Teeks.
he's got one more try. Ooh.
Or
Mm,
was that the?
maybe that was, I don't know. It's tough. He's been going back and forth. Well, let's see. I
Maybe
was
that was
not
the
quite
third.
keeping count. Yeah. Definitely going back and forth a lot, making sure he got P speed to get into that clip a lot easier. But, I mean,
Well, he's
he
not,
may have just gone for it because it is actually faster than going through the spike room.
especially with the fire flower. Yeah, so maybe that wasn't the third. Maybe that was just I want a clip to get out of there.
But our runner's pretty close together time-wise here. Not,
Yeah,
perhaps a
I'm
second
pretty sure
between the
that was
two.
4. He didn't give himself the point there, so I'm I'm just gonna say that was 4.
We'll see how they approach the shell to shell here. I mean, the fastest thing is what Teeks did right there, and just go
don't do it.
for it.
Just don't do what I did.
Well, and then Mondii, though, delaying a little bit to give himself a few extra pixels of forward distance, which helps
There
you
you
get
go.
it. And yeah, nice
Yep.
and easy there.
Yeah. So what I was referring to was I don't remember who I faced in my last race, but I was not quite over enough on that one shell. So I took the shell I was holding and that Koopa out at the same time, so I just ended up free falling to my death.
Yep. That sounds about right. You do have to be cautious. I think that is a strat that really does add a level of risk to the level in this tournament, which is interesting.
Oh, did they both get throne jump? Look, I guess so.
It's hard to see the counter. I believe so, though. Yes. And so we'll see. It's the throne jump point is one of the more difficult points since you've got to pull it off 5 times to grab the point. So starting out in World 1 is a great place to get your first throne jump, giving yourself the best chance for it.
Yeah, especially since the throne jumps in Worlds 4 and 6 are the more difficult ones because you have less time to do it.
Well, and we have not seen anyone get all 7. That would be amazing to see for the 2-point
Actually,
conversion.
even World 7, yeah, because of the 4.
Oh,
yeah.
True. You're coming out of fort
So
on 3 out of the
6, and
7.
7, yeah.
Now, this clip that they're doing in 2-1, I don't know what your experience is, but I found it to be one of the more straightforward clips. It seems like maybe just every sub-pixel works, so if you hit it, you get it, has been my experience.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I missed it once during my run.
And it makes me wonder, because it's the same clip as 7-9 clips. I wish 7-9 clips came as easily as this one does.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So we got 2 attempts from Teeks. Ooh, and Mondii gets through. Teeks having to abandon the point.
Wow. Yeah, it would definitely be nice to know what subpixels work.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I get it. A very high percentage of the time in my tournament matches, so it seems like a lot of them work.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some backwards momentum. The guy's looking good here so far. Ooh. I should have closed my mouth on that one. You guys can blame that one on me.
That's why I didn't say anything.
But that allows Teeks to narrow the gap and make that point back up.
It'll be interesting to see if anybody goes for the Dom box.
Yeah, I think the item routing for this particular format, there's been a lot of variation. I, for one, was using a P-Wing and then grabbing the P-Wings in World 4 and World 5. People have been grabbing frog
that's an interesting
suits.
idea, yeah.
And then, because time matters, but ultimately giving yourself the highest percentage chance of every point is really key. And I think Dombox gives you some flexibility to just kind of minimize awful Hammer Brothers situations.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the world, too, is basically pretty much how you'd expect until we get to the airship and we go for the color glitch on the block.
What happened on Mondi's side?
Ooh, I missed it.
He had a setup for Green Rocket, and I just completely missed what happened.
I'm not sure. I did miss that as well.
Was that a
movement of 4? That was a movement of 4, but not at a good time. It's a little too late there for the movement of 4. And as mentioned in a previous race, going for a 1 death early hammer here is kind of not worth it because of the deathless point for the tourney. So while you might gain a bunch of time and maybe win the race and get yourself a point, you're throwing away a point on a big gamble. So there's really, I don't think you're going to be seeing people go for one or two death early hammers here.
Not gonna pull out the Giga Chad move that I went for in last year's Warpless tournament against Nerf.
Oh yeah, I mean, in a Warpless race, I think it makes a little sense. That was, I mean, ballsy, but you know, it pays out sometimes.
Yeah, what's funny is even after that one death early hammer, I still died in 4-3. So I was like, all right, well, this doesn't matter now.
Yeah, a bit of a wash at that point, and we do see TEEX actually going for the Dom box.
I think it was more the Dom box getting in his way.
I think he could have dodged it. I guess maybe not a guarantee dodge, but he does have it now, and so that'll affect his routing a little bit as the match goes on. And I think that also let Mondii pull ahead a little bit without the extra bro fight here.
That was...
Oh, but Mondi's stopping for the Hammer Brother anyway. He wants the box. Both of them want the Dom box for this run. Interesting. Well, and the big thing that people have really been doing differently from their normal routes revolves around 4-4. I used a P-Wing to get that point, and then some people are grabbing the Frog suit. So... how people kind of approach World 4 might be a little different.
I just went for Wacky Locky to get that point.
Yeah, I mean, the most straightforward and fastest way is to just use standard strats and just be good, I guess.
Well, now that I think about it, I think if we did have an extra P-Wing to burn, that P-Wing might be a little bit faster.
Well, it is, so I was using P-Wing in the level. I ended up with an 89 in the pipe under ideal conditions. So pretty fast, but I mean, then I was stopping to reload on P-Wings so that I didn't have to clip or do wall jumps or anything later in the run.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I mean, I could have done a route where I, wall jumped 6-9 or something. But that was, I was able to pretty much guarantee that point by using a P-Wing. You had to mess up extremely badly to not get in there quickly. But I've seen a fair number of people stop for frog suits, which makes the level pretty trivial as well.
Yeah, Gunge. I always thought the P-Wing 4-4 was slower. And according to chat that we missed, Mondii got green block and TEEX did not. Interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. So Mondii, honestly, getting some points here, making it work. Pulling out to a small points lead after a couple of worlds. Ooh, and the jump.
And the firsties, and no firsties on Mondi's side.
My understanding is that's about a 1/10 of a second time save, so not nothing, but it's more impressive looking than it is maybe helpful in the run.
Yeah. Now it'll be interesting to see what people do for the Fire Flower here, since they gotta get the 1 and 3-3.
Yep, and going for early P speed here, both players. That's a risky situation. He actually got away with it there a little bit, though.
Yeah, that was playing with fire there. Quite literally, but
both of them taking damage there on the last plant. That's probably the easiest place to just take damage and not really lose time.
Now, Mondi's got to be a little bit careful here because I'm watching his coin count and his score. He's got to be a little cautious
Ooh,
here.
yeah, a bit of a chance of a 44 coin situation. I think he'll end up with more than 44 here,
I
though.
think so.
Both players keeping the P-speed. Nice, you love to see it.
Very nice. Okay, yeah, he's. Oh
Ooh, but
no,
he's
no, nope,
rejected
nope,
on the
nope.
spinner. Get out of there, Mondii. My goodness.
Just as I was about to say, he's all right.
You're never quite all right till you're in that pipe and out of that level.
Yeah.
Ooh, Teek's missing
Ah,
door 3. He's one of the more consistent door 3 getters in the
easily.
game today, and you kind of expect him to get it, actually. But ooh, and Mondii showing us how it's
Wow.
done with that one frame window
He is
to get in
he
there.
is
Amazing.
capitalizing on every point that Teeks has not gotten yet. Yeah, I would have done the same thing there, Teeks. Just get that bro and prevent runaway.
Yeah, it's worth losing. You lose a handful of seconds kind of getting over there, but it's worth it.
Now I'm surprised nobody is going for the end card and the fire flowers there. 'Cause that was a strat that I did.
Yeah, it seems like it could be a viable thing, especially as the routing in Worlds 4 and 5 can be a little different for these guys. But I mean, maybe just confident in their play and they're not willing to waste any time picking up safety items. So it's the 2 points for winning the race and that being the tiebreaker makes winning relatively valuable.
Yeah.
And you want to win the race, give yourself a good chance. I did win one of my matches that was tied because I was the first finisher, so it came into play a little bit for me.
I mean, if you know which pattern you're getting on the end card, depending on what items are in certain spots, you can know what pattern you're on.
Right.
So you can make it relatively quick if you know where the fire flowers are.
Oh, and we got a top route from Mondii there. Fun, fun.
Very nice.
H jumps, no problem for these runners, making it look easy.
Any H's in chat?
And really, the race is neck and neck here in terms of time, but we do see Mondii pulling out some points here. Now there's a 2-pointer coming up in this airship, which is a possible chance for Teeks to even things up a little bit and swing the score back in his direction somewhat. But he's got to get to 4 1-ups. It's tough.
I was never able to figure this one out.
It's a difficult one, and I feel like you can get slightly different timing patterns on the bullet bills, which makes it even more difficult. You got to react.
Yeah.
But Teeks landed and was unable to do it, and Mondii getting the points.
Wow.
Just racing ahead here. Really, as you said, capitalizing, getting the points that Teeks is not getting. And that's how you start to build a lead up, really.
Well, not only that, but Teeks is also now in a really, really bad spot for World 4 because, just putting it bluntly, World 4 without fire sucks.
Yes,
It is
World
awful.
4 without fire is awful. That is one of the big risks in that the 2-pointer with the 1-ups there is it's pretty easy to take damage if you get off pattern.
Yeah.
And we'll see that we will see time starting to slip away from Teeks compared to Mondii. Just even with the fire kill there in 4-1, 4-2. I mean, every place for several levels, we're probably going to see some time slipping away. Neither of these guys stopped for a frog suit, so I imagine they're going to go for vanilla strats in 4-4. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I don't. I'll be interested to see if Teeks maybe does go for the end card and tries to pick up at least one fire flower. But maybe not. No, doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it. Ooh, Mondii going for some early
Oh.
forbidden P speed. He got a momentum boost, but didn't quite get the actual speed.
I thought he had it.
I did see him accelerate, but the P meter is finicky that way. Sometimes you get the speed, but you don't get the meter.
Oh,
And
no.
Teeks just plummeting to his demise there in 4-1. You hate to see it.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, Mondii, playing the levels the way he wants to, going for some upper deckers and just moving through.
Yeah, and Neo beat me to the point that I was just about to make. Is that deathless point for Teeks is now gone.
Yeah, that's a point, he's going to be wanting with this deficit here in score. That deathless point would have been one that'd be nice to have.
And I don't blame Teeks for not going for the upper decker there, because you do have to be careful on that pipe, because if he were to 7-7 style clip that pipe, he has to wait that timer out.
Yeah, you can get
As
yourself
Small
in a
Mario.
bad situation. And Small Mario in that level is also a very risky proposition, just in terms of being pretty easy to die again once you're already small there.
Yeah.
I suppose we'll see him power up in this level. There is a pretty convenient power up. Ooh, got the pixel for the upper decker, but did not go in.
Whoa. How did he
Oh
not
my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Just as I said it, no.
I think Teeks maybe getting a little flustered here. We're not full on death spiral at this point, but he is. You can tell he's not in his comfort zone. You're usually not Small Mario in this situation. He is going to stop for the mushroom, though.
Yeah, because you can't do the super swim as Small Mario.
All right, and we do see Mondii also getting the 282 in the pipe. Bros are in a pretty safe position, and he is putting them to sleep.
One thing I am going to say though is Teeks desperately needs. He needs the bro to go down. Boxless would really be nice for him right now.
Yeah, Boxless would certainly be a pretty good windfall for him. He does pick up the point. And we see Mondii just casually stomping all of these dry bones. This is this is really the easiest point in the tournament. I haven't really seen anybody do a real swaggy P-speed strat. Maybe somebody came up with them and I just haven't seen them yet.
Oh, I haven't seen one, so I could not tell you.
And Mondii also getting a great bro movement there, giving him the movement of one, which makes
another throne jump.
He got another throne jump. My goodness, he's stacking them. Mondii on point so far, honestly. Really racking up the score and doing well.
Yeah, Worlds 4, 5, and well, not 5. Worlds 4, 6, and 7 are the tougher ones to get throne jumps, because unlike Worlds 1, 2, 3, and 5, you're ending those worlds with a 4. So due to the orb, I believe it's one less frame you have to do the jump. So you have, I think someone said it's 2 frames instead of 3, or it's 1 frame instead of 2. I don't know the exacts.
Now we see Teeks backtracking for a P-wing there.
I'm a little surprised by that.
So he still has the Dom box. So I guess I guess he's just securing his route. He's not going to get a P-wing on the ground.
Okay, it's normally 2, and then it's 1 after a fort. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I think
could-
this prevents him from maybe being in a bad situation, like if the star and the P-Wing switch in World 5, and, he'd maybe put them both to sleep, and he just might not want a wall jumper clip during this race at this point.
Now that I think about it, I think after 4-4, the star was in his way, so going back for the P-Wing after the fort, since the star's nowhere in his path.
Yeah, and he guarantees himself a single bro fight in World 5, which is pretty nice. That mitigates some RNG problems.
Well, if he does the 5-1 P-Wing route, then he could go for the triple.
Oh, that's true. Triple skip is on the table here for him. Good point.
It's just where is he going to use that extra P-Wing if he does go for the 5-1 route?
I mean, I would
6-9. I would, yeah.
Maybe 6-9, but maybe in 7-6. In some ways, wall jumping 6-9 is a more reliable thing.
I would.
Oh, he
I think
could
he's
6-10 it. 6-10.
I think he's gonna do. I think he's gonna use on 7-6 because he's a 6-10 runner. He lives and dies by 6-10.
Yeah. So if he's comfortable with 6-10, then I think his route, he uses it in 7-6, and he's really no worse for the wear, and just kind of moves through the game pretty cleanly in that way. Now, of course, our first point in World 5 is going to be in the Twisty Castle. Glitch clipping into the side of the pipe on the second floor. Interestingly, we've seen Sakali taking double damage there to become Small Mario, which seems to improve your odds at the glitched entry. I don't know if we'll see either of these runners do that, but it's an interesting concept to damage yourself, lose some time, but give yourself better odds of getting the clip in.
So I normally don't run any percent, but from what I have seen from 7-1 is it is much more difficult to side clip those pipes as Big Mario.
Oh, and it looks like Teeks hoping for a triple skip.
He's going to go for the triple, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big time save if he can get it.
Alright, insta switch from the World 5 bros. You love to see it.
And if he does indeed play 6-10 instead of wall jumping, he will also then just need to clip 7-6, having used the P-Wing now.
Well, no, because he got the one from the bro in 4, so he doesn't need to.
Ooh, and we see Mondii doing damage. And he gets it.
There you go.
Gets it. Wow. Continuing to accumulate points here at a very good rate. And then the other thing I've seen when people are damaged here, using a star to attempt to get the early P-speed in 5-5, which is our next point coming up after the Twisty. We'll see how Mondii handles that, because normally you want fire to get that early P-speed most conveniently.
Well, as Small Mario, it shouldn't be that bad, because you can do pretty light jumps and get away with it.
That's true. I think it's a matter of maybe risk of death, I think, is the thing people have been worried about. Oh, he does go with the star. And you do a couple rubs here. Power. Wow, he got it.
Okay.
Well done.
Very nice.
That multiple rub strat on those blocks is interesting to see. I was unaware of that one until this tournament.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Well, and Teeks did get the glitch pipe point. One thing I did not see on his screen is where the bro is, so
Oh, Mondii.
Oh,
Ooh, going for
that
the
must
flower. I
that
have
must have
not
been
seen anyone do
that must
that.
have been last frame. I thought he had it.
Yeah, I have not seen anybody get the special star and grab the flower at the same time. That's wild. Eeks also with a very solid 5-5 P speed here, making moves.
You probably can, but it's a very, very tight window. Like I don't know.
It looked like it could have been possible there, so
Yeah,
but the window has
I
got to be extremely small.
because I thought he had it.
Peak's not going for the fire flower, just making sure he secures that point. Rebuilds
Yep.
P speed nicely, and
All right.
that's
Now,
one of your. There's not too many more chances for upper deckers left after this, honestly.
no. And Teeks needs to move into 3 here to escape this bro.
Oh, the
Wow.
legendary triple skip, but he goes
Why?
in for him. Why?
I'm confused here.
Yeah, he just got the most amazing RNG he ever needed, but he opts to fight the bro anyway. I'm not sure about that. We'll have to ask him about that one after the race.
I
I cannot quite explain it.
I'm a little surprised by that.
Maybe he just forgot about his item situation. May have
He
just
had
slipped
to
his
have.
mind. Yeah, Gungeon, he did box World 4, and he also did 5-1 P-Wing, so he really doesn't need that music box. He's got 2 music
Yeah,
boxes in inventory now.
he boxed and then went back for the P-Wing.
I'm going to say that's just got to be a slip of the mind is the only
That
thing.
had to have been. That's a uncharacteristic mind fart from Teeks there.
Yeah, and there in 5-8 is actually like the last actual chance for an upper decker point in the run. So neither player getting
Oh
an upper
yeah.
decker, and that is
Nope.
there just aren't any more horizontal pipes for these guys to try it in.
Now, I couldn't hear Teeks' hammer bro there, so I hope he knows what pattern he's gonna get from Roy.
Oh yeah, you know, he's
Get the
got to do
fire
a little
kill.
math because he's got to also grab this. I don't know if his inventory was the way he would have expected it. Mondii getting a very clean fire kill there.
7-7
Up
upper
another point.
decker. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, sure, Sakali. Technically, there's an upper decker opportunity there. But I will also point out Teeks maybe kind of hitting his rhythm now, struggled to accumulate points in the early game, but in Worlds 4 and 5, he stacked up a good number of points.
Yeah. This. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say GG yet because it's only World 6, but this could be a case of too little, too late with the points.
Yeah, he's gonna need. I mean, he will need Mondii to miss some points that he gets. There's just no way if they continue getting the same points from here on out. I mean, it's 3 points over halfway through the points is a lot to make up.
Yeah.
But there are some things, you know. He could. Well, he's also got the Deathless point in Mondi's favor at this point as well. So really, it's a 4-point difference.
Yeah.
And now this boom boom kill, I have found it to be a little finicky, but you can get pretty consistent at it. We'll see. There's also a couple setups for it.
I had one
Mondii got it.
instance where I know for certain I was standing, like, I was. How do I say it? It's like I was in the spot where I would have stomped Boom Boom and he would have gone through the floor. But he damaged me and killed me, so I don't know if the spikes were still out or what happened.
Interesting. Could have just been the legendary collision detection of this game as well.
It very well could have been, I don't know.
All right, and we'll see how Mondii handles the despawn here. What does he need? He needs the 389 in the exit pipe. Ooh, Teeks
That's
with
an
a little bit
interesting
of a
strat
different
there.
setup. That seemed to work pretty well, though. Ooh,
390.
390. No
Wow.
problem. No problem at all. Time to spare.
And Mondii is cooking right now.
You know, and
You know what?
considering Teeks has
You know
died
what? I just thought
multiple
of something.
times.
I'm wondering if. Yep. I'm wondering if Teeks took the extra box to prevent the star from getting in his way.
I mean, it's possible, but that's a little odd because of, you know, the guaranteed bro fight versus maybe not a bro fight is a weird
Right.
gamble to make.
Oh. Oh, he had it.
Oh, a little flub there
That
from
that
Teeks. Did not
yeah,
quite get in.
that slight bump there. Wait, can you get a 389 with scroll kick?
Allegedly, you can get the 389 with a really clean squirrel kick. That is what has been discovered. I mean, challenging, I think, but doable. Ooh, and I'm not sure about Mondi's P-Speed build there, plus a turnback. I'm not sure he's giving himself a great chance.
Nope.
He is, no. There is just, did not quite get the P-Speed build he needed, and then coupled with a turnback to prevent dying, just didn't have the time to get there. Buddy's going for the wall jump, folks. First try. Just hold right and press A, folks. That's all you got to do.
Where was that in my runs last night? That would have been nice.
Yeah, making it look trivial, but that is not an easy jump. Teeks with a better P-Speed build here. Got the H jump. He's looking pretty good for the point here. He's in there, no problems whatsoever.
Oh, and Mondii getting the power up. Interesting.
Ooh, no first frame
no
jump in the elevator room. That would have been a nice point to get.
Teeks wall jumping?
Ooh, he got the pixel. Did not get the jump. Ooh,
he got
pixel
it again.
There he goes. Third try with the pixel. Fifth try overall.
I'm a little surprised Teeks went for the wall jump. Because I know for sure he lives and dies by 610.
Yeah, an interesting choice given the routing that he's done so far. But he does have a chance to make up another point here and narrow the gap just a little bit more if he can get this first frame jump in the elevator room. He gets it.
Wow.
He gets it. Wow. That's big. That's something he needed to chalk up to just narrow this gap into an attainable range here. And World 7, you know, has some points available. Ooh, and if it's any indication, Mondii having no trouble with his clips right there.
Well, Budsy, if you're in chat, what's on the first class menu? What is
Teeks is going
what is he
out
doing?
of his way. I think he wants a power up. What is that? I don't know what that is. I've got some questions for Teeks after this race.
I'm so confused on what that was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is the Galaxy Brain play, and I just don't see it. But I'm not sure what he was doing there.
Wait, people in chat are saying he was setting up. Oh, I know exactly what he was doing. I know. I got it now.
Oh,
so he went in the pipe and went back out to give himself another frame for the throne jump.
That actually is the Galaxy Brain play. That's really smart.
That Okay, that's 1,000 IQ play right there.
Yeah, it looked bizarre, but when you factor in giving yourself the window for the throne jump, I mean it's right there.
I never would have thought of that.
Okay, Mondi with 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts. He does not get the point for 7-1 clip, but he is going to keep trying to clip in. It's just the fastest way to get through. But also allowing TEEX to catch up a little bit here. He does finally get through the door.
All I could hear now was like after people saying they were taking notes was that SpongeBob gif where he's saying, "Write that down, write that down."
Yeah. Okay, so if TEEX can get this in, if he gets the point here in 7-1, he will also make up quite a bit of time just by having quite a few less clip attempts.
I think he'll get it.
I mean, is he also going to go for fast 7-2? I'm not sure. He may.
He might. I think so.
All right, let's see how he does. Ooh, not first try.
Oh,
Not second try. Not third try. He does not
wow.
get the point. Struggling. He is a very consistent 7-1 clipper as well. I am.
Yeah.
I thought he was. I thought he was in there, but he does get it in fewer attempts, I think, than Mondii, but does not get the point.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I think his time is running out on points here.
Yeah, he needs. You know, he's a very competent hammer suit player, but I think Mondii is. You know, he's been getting that point as well. So it's going to be tough for TEEX to make up this many points. I mean, it's still doable, but
It definitely is.
The road gets steeper the longer we go, though.
Yeah. The margin for error is closing here.
Ooh, and he does get that much needed 7-2 basement clip. And of course, Mondii still does have that deathless point, has not died, and
Yeah.
you know he's
So
running through a
really,
pretty middle island, item abuse island here. Shouldn't pose too many challenges to him.
so really right now it's 17-14, but
Correct.
we haven't added that point yet.
And then there is, of course, still the winner of the race to be determined. But TEEX also a couple levels behind right now due to the deaths that he took early in the run.
Yeah.
All right, and we should see Mondii picking up the hammer suit in this level. You got to take this very hammer suit and defeat the Boom Boom with it. It can't be some other hammer suit. It's got to be the hammer suit in this level.
That's right.
Pretty clean hammer suit grab right there. And well done. I mean, Mondii makes it look pretty simple there, but that's a, you know, that's a complex set of movements there to get that hammer suit out with P-Speed.
Yeah, it's a bit more difficult than what the casual runner thinks it is. And,
Yeah, just the maintaining P-Speed and getting all those jumps is harder than it looks.
And Mondii not playing 7-9. I thought for sure the Finnish meta was playing 7-9.
Ooh, he was close to the Marinara there. My God.
Yeah. He had to put on the brakes there.
Playing it a little safe. Gotta keep this hammer suit for the boss fight here.
Kobe.
Ooh, Kobe. And TEEX losing P-Speed, but, you know, still grabbing the hammer suit. He'll be making his way forward. And the jump.
And what I mean by 7-9 is one strat that I've seen people use, and I used it myself. I think I feel like at least one other runner might have done it. Was I played 7-9, and with that extra cloud, I skipped 8-2.
Right, because the runners do want to go into the fort in World 8, which is where you'd usually use the cloud, because there's a yump in there off a P-switch that is worth a point. So normally you'd skip it altogether, but for the point, you got to take it.
TEEX with the Covey. There you go.
Wow. Okay, so our runners, he's doing what he needs to do to stay within range here.
And he's
Liking
playing
the plant.
Does he not think he has a
He has
box?
He has two music boxes. I am a little baffled by our routing here.
No, I know it. I know exactly what he's doing.
Or the
And
jump.
so does Sakali. Yeah, I just read it now.
That point could be a difference maker here. He needed every point he could get, and that one was big.
Another 1,000 IQ play right there.
Yeah, so this has taught me something about the routing for this tournament. Some things that I never considered before seeing this race today. And really, the name of the game is maximizing your odds at every individual point, and that's what he's doing.
Oh, he has to know he's behind. There's no way he doesn't.
Yeah, and then the first point.
Wait, you know what? You know what? I just thought of this now. That's why he went back and fought that Hammer Bro in World 4.
That is why he went back to fight the Hammer Brother in World 4. That actually makes it make perfect sense at this point. Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, really, these are big picture plays. These aren't like in the moment decisions. They're very big picture. Get those throne jumps in and get that point. Why he played the Music Box Bro in World 5 when he might have been planning to play the plant all along remains a mystery.
Yeah, that one I'm still not sure about.
All right, and we're in the auto-scroller zone for a while now. Our players are both going to be in auto-scrollers pretty consistently for the next several minutes.
Yeah, it's about... Oh, jeez. Let's see.
It's got to be close to 5 minutes of nothing but auto-scrollers.
So let's see. World 7 airship's about a little over 2 minutes.
Then you got the cutscene.
Yeah, that's another 30-ish seconds. Army tank is maybe... I don't want to say close. Maybe it is close to 2 minutes. I'm not sure. And then the Navy probably right around a minute. And then probably like another 40-ish seconds from the two hands.
Right.
And then Air Force,
then another auto-scroller.
Yeah, Air Force probably like another 40-ish seconds.
Yeah, but we are, just to remind people, we are going to see some guaranteed hand fights. There's a point for battling through 2 hands deathless, and, it's one of the easier points in the tournament, so you definitely will see people going for it. And so the only difference, there could be a time makeup for TEEX if he's manages to get through with 2 hands and Mondii is forced to play a 3rd hand. That could narrow the time difference a little bit.
That could, yeah. I still think, TEEX needs a couple mistakes from Mondii to catch up time-wise.
I'd say, a big chance for a little bit of a swing without a death or anything, would just be 8-1 if Mondii is unable to get the
Oh,
point in 8-1. And you can end up going through that level pretty slowly just to avoid dying. If you don't get your initial P speed, you can run into some issues. So there are definitely places for a misstep here or there to cause some difference in time and points.
yeah.
Um, and it's narrowed. I mean, we've seen the gap narrowed here to just a single point on screen, but 2 overall if we count the deathless point. So it has
Right.
narrowed. He has been steadily chipping away at Mondi's lead for the last few worlds.
Nice kill there from TEEX. Alright, so I guess the question I'll ask chat is, how many hand animations will we see for each player?
Oh yeah, it's a good one. Hopefully less than 3. Sakali's saying we see about a minimum, or we see about a minute time difference.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Adi predicting 4 hands. Good lord, I hope not. Ooh, and Mondii getting my preferred hand luck, skipping hand 1 and entering hand 2 freely. So that's basically ideal.
Yep.
Hand 1 sucks. Ooh, no, 0 hand animations for Mondii. This is a quick trip through the hands for our finish runner here. Now, I do want to take a moment to mention we actually have a chance at an all-finish finals here if Mondii progresses. He would be facing off against Sakali, who won the previous semifinal match. And there is also a small chance of an all-finish top 3. It is possible that our third and fourth place runners will go into a tiebreaker to find third place to determine prizes and rankings. And
Oh,
THM
yeah.
is going to be in there. And so it is possible for an all-finish podium in this tournament.
Oh,
It's going to be a strong finish, as they say.
but TEEX also not getting pulled by hand 1. You love to see it.
Yep, that's good. That's what he's hoping for right now. Bad luck is not gonna.
And no hands.
Oh wow, no hands. Amazing.
Double no hands.
Double no hands. You do not see that every day.
No. Oh.
Ooh,
Mondii
Mondii
had to be a
playing with
little
fire
careful
a
there.
little bit. Yeah, that made me
Yeah.
a little bit nervous, but he did handle it. Well, Cody, I do wonder. I don't think SpeedGaming has a Finnish channel, but if they did have a way to do a Finnish restream, I think it would make a little bit of sense to have Finnish commentary on an alternate restream. I think that's a great idea.
Mondii should be good here, and 290, yeah.
90, making it look easy.
I've heard so many people say that 8-1 without stars is easier with hammer, and I don't know if I agree, but that's just me.
I don't know anything about that. I am a fire route player. It's hard enough with fire, I mean, I can't imagine it's easier with hammer, but maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I don't know, maybe I'm just a big coward and I just want that safety star.
Okay, and here we will see whether or not our runners can get this frame perfect jump off the P switch. It's a fun one to get. It's a fun one to watch. Oh,
wow.
I don't think that's quite how he drew it up, but he did get that yump. Amazing. Ooh, TEEX with a 291. Wow.
Well, I didn't mean like necessarily faster gunge. I meant like some people say that 8-1 it's easier with a hammer versus fire. So I don't know.
Okay, this is basically Mondi's race to lose at this point.
Oh
If he
yeah.
just finishes strong, he'll get the 2 points for winning the race, and that'll push him beyond reach. TEEX with a pretty robust inventory there at the end of the game. Couple music boxes, a mushroom, some leaves.
I completely missed his inventory there.
There's like 6 items in there.
Jeez.
Ooh, he
And
does
he
get it
got
with
it.
the P-speed. With the P-speed.
Wow.
So yeah, very impressive there from TEEX getting that point, and you know, keeping his chances just barely alive here. But he will need. There will have to be a major misstep from Mondii for there to be the swing at this point. And I think Mondi's looking pretty comfortable. He's doing his strats. He's making it through pretty well right now.
Yeah, if there's anyone just tuning in or who just got here within the last few minutes, the scores as they stand right now do not dictate the entire story of the race.
Yeah, I mean, it is. TEEX has just been racking up the points in the second half of the run. Mondii going for this last clip, this final in-game point here. This is his third try. He does not get it. But he's moving on. He's moving on to the one-up clip.
As I said, it was just too little too late, unfortunately.
Ooh, okay. Mondii taking a little bit of a detour.
He caught himself there.
A scary moment, honestly. Ooh, no throwing room.
He didn't.
But honestly, maybe for the best. Then there's very low risk with no P-speed.
Yeah.
And he melts Bowser. I mean, GG's Mondii. Well done.
Yeah. So with the first place point and the deathless point, this should be 22 to 19, yeah, or 22 to 20.
I think 23.
Whichever it is. Or 23,
Ooh, 23, yeah. And then TEEX does
20,
get the clip, so he racks up one more point, but it is just not quite enough to overcome the deficit. But it's really those deaths. Those deaths were, you know, they slowed him down and they took a point away from him. There's just difficult to overcome. Difficult to overcome.
Thank you, Gunge.
All right, well, an impressive race by our players. Scoring into the 20s is definitely a solid performance. You know, we'll try to get these guys in the booth here and get some thoughts on how they are how they're feeling about their performances. But what we've got is we do have Mondii progressing to the finals, and we've got TEEX is going to be going against True Hyper Mario in the third place consolation round, and there's still a lot on the line to play for there in terms of pride, making sure you finish well, but also cash prizes. So I think the third place match cannot be played down here in this tournament, in my opinion.
Right. We got Mondii in the booth with us. GG's, dude.
GG's. Wow.
That was that was an interesting match.
Yeah. 23 points. Same as my own record with these points. So, and good that it was enough.
Yeah. Oh, we got a little bit of an echo here.
That might be me. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, and I mean, I just want to say GG's to both of you guys. I know Teeks, you struggled a little bit in the early game, but you just steadily chipped away at those points in the second half of the game. It was an impressive attempt at a comeback, honestly.
Yeah, thank you, Spicy. I'm really disappointed with how the beginning went. I don't know what the heck happened. So I don't know. I must have been like nervous or something right before the start of the race, because like stuff that I was ordinarily just nailing like 5 minutes before we started, I was just kind of falling apart, including door 3 to my dismay. And like with the 4-up thing on the airship, like I had this set up correctly, but I released A just a couple frames too early, so I just went right into the bullet bill. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. So missed out on 3 points just right then and there, and took those 2 deaths and played an extra music box bro that I didn't need. So
we
Yeah,
were
it
wondering
seems
about
wonderful.
that. We weren't sure what happened.
I think my brain was just fogged because I was just so stressed out after what happened in Worlds 3 and 4 that like I just wasn't thinking. I just went back to my my default Warpless route and then realized like, oh yeah, I already have the Dom box and went the P-Wing route. I didn't need to do that.
Well, and you also had you played the plant to set up for the extra frame for the throne room jump, it looked like anyway. So we
Yeah.
were, the chat and we were kind of confused at some of your choices, but then when we realized, big picture, a lot of stuff that you did that seemed odd was actually
Yeah,
to set up for those throne jumps.
I missed the throne jumps in Worlds 2 and 5, so I came up with a backup strat to use the pipe transition in World 6, like right above 6F2, to turn that into a 2-framer, and then played the plant in World 7 to turn that to a 2-framer. And it ended up working, so I at least got the 5 points.
Yeah, I think we may see runners in the next couple of matches in the finals and in the third place match. People may be taking note of that. It's a pretty good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Mondii, how do you feel about heading to the finals? Thoughts on your entry? You'll be facing Sakali. How do you feel?
Good. Yeah. Last year's Warpless tournament in the finals was me and Sakali, and now we meet on the finals again. So that's nice. And
Yeah,
overall,
bit of a rivalry here.
yeah, and just getting to the finals in tournaments always nice. Feels good.
Well, that's excellent. And then Teeks, you'll be facing True Hyper Mario in the third place bracket. I mean, are you going to approach that any differently than you would if you had just made it to the finals? I imagine it's got to be a similar mindset.
Yeah, like for my final 2 matches, I was just planning on just going all out with all the stuff that I know, because I have nothing to lose at that point. So I don't care if anyone takes notes on anything that I came up with. So yeah, I'm planning on giving it my 100% and looking forward to the match with True Hyper.
Well, I definitely
Yeah.
look forward to both of these matches as they come up.
And yeah, congratulations again to Mondii on a great race. I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the finals with Sakali. It's going to be a good one.
GG's.
GG's, man.
Well, Stu, any final thoughts before we wrap it up here?
Just congrats again to both runners, and I'm definitely looking forward to the finals and the third place match.
Heck yeah. Well, I think with that we got to sign it off. We'll let you guys go, and we look forward to these final 2 matches to see how the podium shakes out after the tournament. Thanks to SpeedGaming again for hosting us, and all of the runners who participated, and the chatters for having a good time, and thanks to Gunge for putting this all together. It's been a blast, and there's still a couple pretty good matches to go. So, I mean, with that, that's about all I've got to say. But thank you to everybody.
Yep.